It's a summer of discontent amid scorching temperatures. Record after record set to be shattered in the sweltering heat. 85 million people are under heat alerts.
It's really crazy. You can't even go outside really without feeling like you're going to pass out.
And paired with the heat, expectations of more heavy rains after unprecedented flooding in the northeast of the U.S. A direct consequence, say experts, of climate change.
Human-caused climate change also causes rainfall to be more extreme. A warmer atmosphere holds more moisture, so when a storm system comes, it's dumping out much larger amounts of water.
California's Death Valley is forecast to reach higher than 54 degrees Celsius this weekend. In Texas, officials are anxiously monitoring the vulnerable power grid, demand for cooling power hitting a record for the second day in a row. And the most vulnerable people are also under threat. In Las Vegas, volunteers are in homeless camps passing out much-needed supplies. In the nation's capital, it's a balmy 86 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 30 degrees Celsius. It's normal at this time of the year. But the White House climate team is all too aware that on a nationwide basis, this is an anomaly.
It's something that hits us every summer, but the intensity and the frequency of these heat waves that we're seeing, scientists agree those are fueled by climate change. And this president has called climate change a crisis. It's one of the top crises that are affecting our nation.
All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakah Kodash, and give double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. The house of David is rising. Ara coming back at you with another lesson with the power and the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yeshua. So this is US heat waves. Millions of Americans under excessive heat warnings. Some more in the news. Some more surgical strikes, which they're calling anomalies. Or Trump, their president, or their former president, is calling it a crisis. But what we're going to call this? We're going to call this the Most High Yahushai, Yahushai visiting the earth, according to 2nd Ezra chapters 9. This is what it is. So let's hit a couple of precepts. There's a lot happening right now. We're going to see if we can catch up on a little bit of what's going on in the news. A little bit, because there's a lot. This is the time of prophecies. Let's read this one in Isaiah 55 and 11. Says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void." Right, this is the Most High's word that's gone out of his mouth. In Matthew's, the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, he prophesied about these things: earthquakes, risings, things happening in the nations, one nation rising up against another, tribulations. So his word went out, and it will not return to him void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the things whereat I sent it. So yeah, 2nd Ezra again and 9 says he's going to touch down on this earth, and he's touching down on the earth, and it goes into all the different means in which he will do so. So this is one of the means here: extreme heat waves, which they're calling a crisis, or they're calling an anomaly, and millions are under pressure, excessive heat warnings. And this is from the news, Al Jazeera news. I've got some more quick ones, and we're going to hit some precepts. Like I say, we're going to do what we can do as far as catching up with what. There's so much going on in the news. Here's another one. 5 killed after flash floods hit Pennsylvania. Some more in the news.
Yeah, right now in Pennsylvania, crews are assessing the damage after flash flooding caused by torrential rain overwhelmed parts of the state over the weekend. 5 people were killed. Among the dead, a mother of 3. 2 of her kids, a 9-month-old boy and a 2-year-old girl, are still missing. Search teams are out in full force again today, searching by land, air, and water to try to bring them home. You're seeing their pictures.
Yeah, at the same time, it is another day of oppressive heat for a large swath of the country. At this hour, more than 70 million people are under heat alerts spanning from Florida to California.
Let's bring in NBC News correspondents Emily Ikeda and Marissa Parra. Also with us, meteorologist Bill Cairns. We'll start with Emily. You're in Pennsylvania. We just learned some new information about those children. What can you tell us?
Yeah, some breaking information in the last hour or so from police, Kay. We are learning the identities of the two young children that authorities are urgently searching for. They're being identified as Matilda Shields and Conrad Shields, a 9-month-old baby boy and a 2-year-old young girl. We know that their mother, 32-year-old Katie Seeley, tragically perished when they were driving on a roadway much like this, about 2 miles from where I'm standing, when the flash flooding set in, overtaking their car. Several members of their family had made it to safety, but the mother, again, tragically dying. And now they are urgently searching for those two young ones still, and really over a widespread area. They're looking about a quarter mile from here on the Delaware River. We know they have boats there. They're on foot exploring regions, including where I am now. Also drones, sonar technology, pouring as many resources as they can, especially when we're seeing some relief from those dangerous downpours. Here's what we've learned so far from officials. Take a listen.
We have search teams that are assisting us from Delaware, Chester, parts of Bucks County, New Jersey. We also have deployed K9 units, underwater assets, air assets. As you are aware, this is going to be a massive undertaking involving the coordination and the cooperation from numerous departments and agencies throughout the state and the region.
And I want to show some video to you to give you a sense of just how vicious that flooding, that waterway was in parts of Bucks County. As we've reported, at least 5 people tragically dying in the flash flooding. You'll see roadways completely transformed into waterways. And now you see what's left here on the ground in Bucks County. This completely buckled roadway you'll see that will take a decent amount of time to repair. You'll see the creek over me. That's typically where it lies. But now you see the water line, the debris all the way up here, actually pushing the guardrail in. That is how high these floodwaters came through the area, guys.
Yeah, Emily, your reporting really shows just how dangerous this all can be.
All right, so that's some more in the news. You got the young family here, just been swept away in the heat or the flash flood. And we're talking about heat. We're talking about what they call natural disasters, which are they're not anomalies, they're not tragedies, they're just what it is. What it is. Let me read what it is. Isaiah 45 and 7 says, I form the light, I create darkness, I make peace and create evil. Right, the Most High is telling us what it is, man. He's not an anomaly. It's the Most High, as he said in 2nd Ezra 9, man. But this is he's saying, I form the light, I create darkness. Without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. Are we not seeing that? A picture does paint 1,000 words, man, for those of us that are spiritual. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. The Most High is telling us plain and straight, man. He's the one that's doing all of this. Yeah, man. He even deletes, or they're frantically searching for this family. Well, we'll see what's going to happen. But the scriptures, we're going to let the scriptures speak on this one. Let's go to Isaiah 28 and 2. It says, Behold, the Lord have a mighty and strong one, which is a tempest of hell. Yeah, he's a strong one with a tempest of hell. So it's in his hand, man. It's in the power of his hand. And a destroying storm as a flood. And this is what they call flash floods. A flash flood it's almost like before you know what hit you, it's up on you. It's up on your knees, it's up on your chest. And if you haven't got no way out, if your back's against the wall or you're in an enclosed area, it's most likely you're gonna get deleted. Or in this case, people were swept away. A whole family was swept away. And it's the Most High talking about, yeah, he makes us hell and the destroying storm as a flood of mighty waters, overflowing shall cast down to the earth with his hand. It says there, with the hand. So it's the Most High is in control of it. He does it via his hand. Or you might say his angels, his hitmen. Yeah? Which go out and they just do his bidding, man. And whoever's on the hit list have to be deleted. And Isaiah, we read it Isaiah 55:11 says, his word doesn't return to him without results. His word doesn't return to him without results. Now they're concerned on these what they call, when the Most High looks at things on a spiritual level. See, he sees spirits and he knows all things, man. So let's hit this one in Isaiah 14. Get the dust off this one. And 21 says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Because when you think about that, when you think about Job, things happened for all different ages, man. And in Job 4:7 says that there's no one that dies innocent. So we're going to look at this one, and we're going to go to the NLT and see what the NLT says on Isaiah 14 and 21. The NLT translation of Isaiah 14 and 21 says, he says it there. He says the word delete, the K word. This man's children, let them die because of their father's sins. They must not rise and conquer the earth, filling the world with their cities. Now this is just a small scale. That's what's happening right now. It's on a small level, because we know when Yahushua returns, the scripture says that he's not partial, man. There's no one, in Job says there is no one that dies innocent, and he's not partial. And as a matter of fact, let's get that one. Talking about this man's children, delete this man's children, let them die because of their father's sins. They must not rise and conquer the earth, filling the world with cities. Right, man, it's going to happen. It's a small scale right now. It's going to happen on a larger scale when those hypersonic ballistic missiles hit. That's when it's really going to be turned up. And the Most High is no respect of persons, man. We know that very well. And that's what we're seeing right here, right now. He's showing that he has no respect of persons. He doesn't see young innocent. He sees the present and the future. And he's given us this word, man, to prophesy and warn the wicked, and it's not returning to him without results. Right? As extreme as it may seem, the Most High is doing this, man. Let's hit this one in Isaiah 34 and in 5 says, my sword shall be bathed in heaven. And the whole of this Isaiah 44 is good. The whole of the chapter is good. We're going to hit the bullet points. So my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Now let's see what it says here. If you go to a different translation. Once again, Isaiah 34 and 5 in the NLT says, and when my sword has finished its work in the heavens, it will fall upon Edom and the nations I have marked for destruction. You are marked for destruction, man. Yeah, man. There's no other way to put it, man. There's no other way to put it. Yeah? And when my sword has finished its work in the heavens, it will fall upon Edom and the nation I have marked for destruction. Now let's see what it says in the NIV. My sword has drunk its fill in the heavens. See, it descends in judgment on Edom and the people I have totally destroyed. More prophecy. But yeah, the Most High, he lets you down. He's letting you down gently right now. Yeah, all people who shook up and they're doing a frantic search. And if it's the Most High's will, they're fine, they're still around. But I doubt it very much. The Most High is visiting the earth, man. Let's hit some more and we're going to end it off. So this is 2nd Ezra and 9. I quoted it, but I'm going to read verse 1. 2 Ezra 9 and verse 1 says, And he answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs, parts which I have told thee before, then shall they understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin visiting the world which he made. This is what's happening, man. This is not a national disaster. This is not an anomaly, as the former president's saying. This is not an act of nature. It's not none of those things, man. He's saying there, thou shalt understand that in the very same time wherein the highest will begin visiting the world which he made. And it's coming down upon Idumea, as we just saw in Isaiah 34 and in 14, man. He's saying prepare, he's deleting the young spirits too. Yeah, he's not partial, man. He sees spirits once again. He sees things spirit. He's not partial. He's no respecter of persons. Yeah. 3 says, how is he visiting the earth? Wherein they shall be seen earthquakes, uproars of the people in the world. And this is an extreme. These are extremes. We're talking about the heat right now, the heat waves. The heat waves, we're talking about the flash floods, but there's a lot of other things taking place. And it's happening simultaneously. And if I was to try and keep up with everything, I will be here. I'll probably doing one of them long marathon videos. But this is how you're seeing a picture again. Once again, I like to say, a picture does paint 1,000 words. Wherefore, when thou shalt be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shall they well understand that the Most High spoke of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Again, even from the beginning. This is prophecy. And we're just getting a little appetizer. And there's a couple of more precepts to bring out. But I think the point is made, man. The point is made, yeah. Do prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities, Isaiah 14 and 21. Yeah, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Right, Most High has no respects of persons. So Job, let's get this one in Job. Job chapters 4 and 7. I quoted it, now I'm going to read it. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? So when he deletes souls, we know he sees spirits. And no one is deleted in innocence. So we're going to let the scriptures, as always, speak for us. And let the prophecies and the judgments roll down as water. And that's in Amos. The judgments are rolling down as water. And the Most High, via his angels, is pursuing after the Adumians, which are the E's, right? He's pursuing you, and you ain't gonna escape. Now let's hit this one. This could be the last one. Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 15 says, but it is not possible to escape thine hand. So whoever you are, if the Most High has you, which we just read in Isaiah 34 and 5, you're the people for his destruction, the people for his curse. You're marked for his curse, for his destruction. So you ain't going to escape. You're marked, you're on the hit list. And I'm not just talking about individuals, I'm talking about the whole of the nations. For what you did, as it goes into in Obadiah, what you did to the sons of Jacob, the so-called black people. You're on the hit list, and you ain't going to escape. But it is not possible to escape thine hand. 16. For the ungodly that denied to know are scourged by the strength of thine arm, with strange rains, hails and showers, and showers were they persecuted that they could not avoid, and through fire were they consumed. That's why we're seeing these things taking place around the world. The Most High is visiting the earth via heat, extreme heat waves. People are fainting, as that young girl said, in and the NBC News and Al Jazeera News. You just feel like if you come out your house, you might just faint. And that's exactly what's happening. You're being pursued, Edom. You're being pursued by the Most High Yahweh Yahushai, his angels, touching down the earth with these so-called, what you call anomalies, which are the Most High's judgment. You're being pursued and you ain't going to escape. So, enough said on that, man. This is all I want to give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Harakah Kodash, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. And yes, the house of David is rising. The Spirit says, read this one again. I'm going to read it again. Isaiah chapter 14. And we're going to end with it in the NLT. Isaiah 14 and 21 in the NLT again. Just the end of the video. It says it there. Kill this man's children, let them die because of their father's sins. They must not rise and conquer the earth, filling the world with their cities. I want to give our praises to Yahweh Shai for putting the Spirit on me to do this video once again. They're being pursued. The Most High Yahweh Shai and his angels are visiting the earth via these surgical strikes once again. In the news, Shalom to the sincere Akim. We are at this place, man. It's on to the next.